Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining OACAC for our virtual college exploration. We're excited to have you joining us this morning and hope that you learn a lot over the next 45-minute session. During this session, your camera and microphones are off, so the presenter cannot hear or see you. However, we encourage you to ask questions using the Q&A chat box on your Zoom screen. As a reminder, you're able to sign up for future sessions by going to oacac.org. And a recording of this session will be available on the website as well. At this time, I'll turn it over to Drexel University.
Thank you. I think it's just us at the moment. So I'm not going to present just yet until we see if any other students join us. But I'll go ahead and pull up my PowerPoint so that if anyone does join, we'll be all ready. All right, well, because this session is going to be recorded and shared on the website, I'll go ahead and do a quick introduction about Drexel, just so that for later on, folks will be able to have access to that information. So thank you. It's nice to see you all. My name is Christy Ruggieri, and I'm an Associate Director of Undergraduate Admissions for Drexel University. And I'm really excited to be talking to you today about everything that we have to offer. If you're unfamiliar, we are a comprehensive research university that focuses on hands-on learning located right in the heart of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And so the goal of our education is really for our students to become innovators, change agents, and leaders in whatever it is that they are passionate about, not only today, but for many years to come. In the year 2020, I think this has really taught us that the world is constantly changing and there are always new things that we need to be working on and addressing. And so that is really the heart of what our education is all about. And today I will break down what that looks like. So we are what I like to call a medium-sized university. We have about 15,000 undergrads from nearly all 50 states and over 120 different countries. But our average class size is still 19 students, and our faculty to student ratio is 11:1. So where it matters, you are absolutely getting that individualized one-on-one attention from your faculty members, and you are developing really close relationships with them in addition to with your classmates. I think it's very easy to say that, it's hard to make a small school feel big, but it's easy to make a big school feel small by the different communities that you become a part of. And so we have over 80 different majors with these 12 different colleges and schools for you to pick from when you are thinking about your academic community at the university. So double majoring can certainly be possible, and you don't have to apply directly to a major unless you want to. If you think that a certain program is going to be the perfect fit, you can certainly apply to that and start taking classes right away, but we have undeclared within a particular college or school. So maybe you love engineering, but you don't know the difference between mechanical and materials. That's totally fine. You can come in undeclared within engineering and then pick a program later. In addition to that, if you want to come in completely undeclared, that's certainly a possibility too. And you can take classes from all different areas and eventually decide on a program during your second year at the university. Now, regardless of the curriculum that you choose, one of the things that we most like to focus on is hands-on learning experiences. Project-based work is something that's really valuable to us. It's something that we very much want to have webbed throughout our entire curriculum. And this photo right here is a great example. So we have a fantastic fashion design and merchandising programs at the university. And every year they put on an annual fashion show at the Urban Outfitters International headquarters in South Philadelphia. It's really an opportunity for them to take all of their skills that they've learned over the past 4 years, put it to the test in a high value, high production event. It's very exclusive. Our office only gets a few tickets every year, and we always kind of fight over who gets to actually attend it. But It's a great experience for our students, and it's an opportunity for them to have a great talking point while they are in their portfolio or going on job interviews. And the reason why we do project-based work is because we believe that it's the best way for you to fully understand your subject area. We are combining world-class academics with valuable real-world experience. These two things together inform each other. So think of it like learning how to drive a car. To get your license, you certainly need to take the written test and learn the rules of the road. But by passing that test, do you actually know how to drive? Not exactly. You have to practice, you have to get behind the wheel, and you have to start to get a feel for the car and the rules of the road. And that is exactly what we're trying to do in the classroom. These two things inform each other, and it's going to give you the best understanding of your field. We do this in a lot of different ways. So we actually are a Carnegie Foundation R1 designated research institution. And what that means is that we have some of the highest level of research activity and research funding available at the university. We're one of just 37 private universities to have this designation. So it's something we're quite proud of. There's all kinds of different things that you can get involved in, but one that I think is very interesting and relevant right now is our Smart Fabrics Lab. So we have a very large grant from the government to work on smart fabrics that could be used for medicine or for the military. But right now they're really focusing on PPE and creating reusable hospital grade PPE for for essential workers that are working with COVID patients. Outside of that, study abroad is completely possible. We have an incubator lab to bring your business ideas to life if you have any business ideas, in addition to some fantastic performing arts programs. Now, really the epitome and the goal of our is, as I said, that hands-on learning. And so one of the things that we are able to offer is a cooperative education program. And so CoOp stands for cooperative education, as I just said, and it's an opportunity for you to work a full-time job related to your major for academic credit. So you'll actually take a break from your classes and you will learn on the job from leaders in your industry. And so that's exactly the goal, right? You are going to be networking with leaders in your field. You're going to start to get your foot in the door at different companies. And that means that when you're graduating not only with a diploma, but also with a resume. Because our students are starting to work as early as their second year at the university, we have an incredibly comprehensive career development program that is one of the largest in the United States. Our students start taking career development classes their first year on campus. So they're very comfortable with their resume, they're really comfortable with interviews, and this is just the beginning of a long relationship that they have with their career advisors through post-graduation. We are one of the largest co-op programs in the United States, and we have been doing this for over 100 years. So that means that we have fantastic relationships with over 1,500 different employers around the world. Many students like to do their co-ops right in the Philadelphia area because this is where their school is. But if you want to come back to Ohio because you want to start to build roots in a career for post-graduation, this is a great way to do so. Or you can follow your industry. If there's an opportunity, if you're interested in Silicon Valley and tech startups, it might make sense to do a co-op in California, in the heart of the field that you eventually want to get into. Now, the employers that we work with, there are so many. Comcast, one of the largest internet providers in America, is right down the block from us. But Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Deloitte, Facebook, Google, all these places are certainly where our students are working. The sky is certainly the limit. Now, I do like to always highlight one example of a story of one of our students, Megan, who is in our mechanical engineering program. And so she was really great at math and science, and she kind of figured, you know what, I think engineering is the way that I want to go. So she came to Drexel, she went into engineering, and so she did her first co-op at Dietz & Watson, which, if you're familiar, is like a local deli company. And she was an engineer for them. She had a really good time. She learned a lot, but she realized that she was also a very creative person. She did performing arts outside the classroom, and she wanted to have a office culture that was a little bit more creative. So for her second co-op, she worked at an organization called EMS Productions, which is a very large event planning organization in the city of Philadelphia that does high profile events. So when the Pope came, the Dalai Lama, they do Jay-Z's music festival every year. So as you can see, very, very important clients. She had a great time being an engineer there. She thought that the office culture was much more what she was looking for, but she still didn't like the engineering work. And so after coming back and reflecting a little bit more, she realized that it wasn't the companies, it was the actual job of being an engineer that wasn't the right fit for her. So she ended up changing her major with the help of her advisor from engineering to product design, which is much more creative, but still kind of uses that analytical right brain, skill set. So she's much happier now. And I think that that's a really important thing to know. Some students come in, they get a co-op with, CHOP, the Children's Hospital of Pennsylvania, top children's hospital in the country. And then they work there multiple times. They get a job offer when they graduate. Yes, that certainly does happen. But for other students like Megan, this is an opportunity for you to try out different hats and figure out, is this exactly what I want to do? And that knowledge is just as important as, finding out what you don't like is just as important as knowing what you do like. So we have two different models. Our students can do 1 6-month experience and graduate in the traditional 4 years to earn a degree, or students can do 3 6-month experiences and get a 1.5 years of work experience. Now, because it's 18 months in which you're not taking classes, it will take you longer to earn your degree, and it will be 5 years. The good news is tuition is exactly the same, and it's just dispersed over a different period of time. So you don't need to worry about that cost of that tuition costs going up for participating in a 5th year. It would just be the living expenses. So there's really no right or wrong answer. These are just both an option for students depending on what it is that is a good fit for them. And then finally, what I really love to highlight is that 96% of our students are working or in graduate school when they finish. This means that our students are not only getting these experiences, they are benefiting and they are going on to the next thing that they want to be doing. Even more importantly, 92% of the time they are working they're happy with their positions. And I think that that's insanely valuable. I don't think 92% of people in this world are happy with their jobs. So the fact that our recent college graduates are really speaks to the quality of these experiences. Outside of academics, of course, there's student life. So this picture is of the DAC Pack. They are our cheering group for our basketball games. We are a Division I school and basketball is our biggest sport. There's always free food, free t-shirts, and free entrance to the game. So I like to call it the holy trinity of good things when it comes to your college experience. But outside of that, we have a very diverse student body. So as I said, we have over 15,000 undergrads. So there is not a one-size-fits-all model for the student life experience. We have over 350 student organizations. So whatever it is that you're passionate about right now, you can certainly find a home and a community here. But at the same time, if you want to try something completely new, that's certainly possible. We have Greek life, we have religious organizations, community service groups, athletics, of course, at all different levels, in addition to a makeup lovers club, a watch collectors organization, a chocolate lovers club, a Jedi team. So you'll certainly find something that's a good fit for you. We have a 2-year residency program, so students will live on campus for at least their first 2 years with us. We offer both traditional style, where you have one roommate and your bathroom is down the hallway, but we also have suite styles and apartments where you can have a private space with 4 to 6 students. So both of those are completely an option. This building right here is actually an apartment building for our 2nd-year students. As you can see, there is a Starbucks, a Chipotle, a Blaze Pizza, and a dining hall all on the 1st floor. So our students are very comfortable and have access to great food options right in their backyard. Speaking of food, one of the cool things about our campus is because we are in the city of Philadelphia is that we have amazing food trucks all around campus. So on any given day, there is a Korean Mexican fusion truck. There's brick oven pizza, build your own mac and cheese. Fortunately, they're not on the dining plan, but if you ever want to treat yourself, try something new. It's certainly one of my favorite parts about being on campus. Now, we are very much a city school. We are located right in the heart of Philadelphia, right next to the University of Pennsylvania. So the neighborhood that I like to describe ourselves, so our neighborhood is called University City. So because it's us and UPenn and the University of the Sciences, it's essentially a college town within the larger city. We get a little bit of separation from the true downtown with a river. So you have very much a clear and distinct campus that is ours, but the rest of the city is incredibly accessible. We have fantastic museums. We have an incredibly walkable old city that's full of arts and history and culture. One of the cool things that I like to do is our local NPR music station does a free at noon concert every Friday where a musician comes in and plays for an hour completely for free. This is actually quite close to campus, so I always check the schedule when I'm in the office. And I did see Lizzo there for free this January. So that was like an absolute highlight of not only this year, but of probably the last few years for me. And I was able to do that literally on my lunch break while on campus. So there's always something cool and new to explore. Now, another cool thing is we are right near the Philadelphia Museum of Art, and I can guarantee that if you come to Drexel, you will take a cheesy Rocky photo while you are here. But what's even cooler is that during the winter, our students will actually go over there and sled down the art museum steps because it's so close. So that's just kind of one of the cool traditions that we have here on campus. I think this photo does a really good job of highlighting that we are a city school. So on the right-hand side, these are some of our research labs. So students are taking classes right where this photo is taken. Right in front of you is 30th Street Station, which is the main transportation hub. And behind that is truly downtown. So all this is incredibly accessible. You do not need a car to live here. There's fantastic public transportation. We're very close to the Philadelphia International Airport. We have subways, taxis, trolleys, buses. I've been living here for 10 years without a car, and let me tell you, I don't have plans on getting one. That being said, if you want to explore the rest of the East Coast, mega buses and Bolt buses, as you can see, are literally right on our campus. So you can get to New York, DC, Boston, Baltimore, for $10 and literally just roll out of bed from some of our residence halls. So that's a really cool thing, is that not only Philly is accessible, the entire East Coast is right in our backyard. So finally, for our application process, I want to reinforce that we are looking at you as a whole person through holistic review. So you are not just going to be a test score or a grade to us. We are looking at your essays, your letters of recommendation, your activities. All those things tell us a story to understand who you are, to ensure that you're going to be a good fit academically and socially for the university. Now for this year, we are test optional. So I just want to reinforce that that is truly the case. Please only submit them if you believe they are going to strengthen your application, or if you don't have access to them, it's really not a problem. And when it comes to financial aid, you are going to be automatically considered for merit-based scholarships when you apply to the university. There's no additional work required for that. And then we also offer need-based aid through the CSS profile. So definitely make sure that you're filling that out to maximize all of your opportunities for financial aid to the university. As you can see, over 99% of our students receive some sort of aid to support their education here. So we do have generous financial aid packages. Finally, we have a few deadlines for this year. So early action and early decision passed on November 1st, but have no fear if you haven't applied yet. January 15th is our regular decision deadline. And then of course, May 1st is coming, right? We'll be here before we know it. So that is essentially a quick and dirty introduction to the university. I want to thank you so much for taking time to chat with me today. My name is Christy Ruggieri. My contact information is right up here. Also my colleague, Kevin. So you are welcome to reach out to either of us if you have any additional questions. Thank you so much for watching this recording, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will now pass it back over to my OACAC colleague. Hi there. Hello?
One quick second.
Take your time.
Awesome. Thank you all for joining us today. Hope you learned a lot during this session. Once you close this window, a very quick 4-question survey will appear on your screen. As a reminder, we encourage you to explore future sessions and look for a recording on this session at oacac.org. And if you have any questions, please reach out to OACAC at any time. Thank you all again, and we hope you have a wonderful day.